Hello and welcome to the Conquer Overhauled version 7 Thalios Bridge faction overview of Dorwinion, the dual nation if you will, the Northmen slash elves, the worst elves, and I guess decent Northmen. I would take Dale and Rohan over Dorwinion, but I'll take Dorwinion's early game over I think any nation's early game, honestly, if I have to be completely honest. They have an insane early game. You're financially very stable, and the primary reason is these beautiful not silk farm, where's the vine? There we go, the wine. Your vineyards are extremely I am wealthy, but extremely lucrative. Gold, as you know, is great for mining, and that's about it, which of course you have mines. Let me just mine. Where is the mine? Why do I have trouble finding mines? There we go. You might say, well, wait, 200? That's weak. Well, it is weak to a certain extent, but then you look at your winery and you're like, oh shit, 400 gold, increase in tradable income. You scale unbelievably from this increase in tradable goods. Your wines truly are the best of the best. This region right here will make you so much money, it will be insane. Because I think wine is like a 40 value tradable resource or something like that. It's an extremely lucrative resource. I mean, look at this, provides a valuable trade route. That's trade resource. That's amazing. And of course, your major resources, of course, for the industry are wine, amber, which I don't remember what it is, and a fish. And we can see here, you have 300 gold income because this is a large town. You have 500 income because, of course, it's a large town, but 500 is the wine. 350 is amber, I think that's the village, and 200 is the fish because you do have a fishery. There it is right here. There's a fishery, or a fishery. So, Dorwinion, your heartland is your economy. You have 2 strongholds, or a castle and a stronghold, which is amazing. This will provide you so much military power, it's insane. A Karasant, the building, the winter court, will give you, when the barracks event happens, will give you either the Athala Rangers, if you chose elves, or the elven militia units, the Avari Swordmasters and Avari Avari Warriors and Avari Spearmen and the Shadows, if you choose the humans. So Karasant is a great military location after the barracks event, but the economy is your main source. You're very much about trade, not much about mines. Mines are very much less important. It's all about the wine, it's all about the trade. You have 2 custom bodyguards. Heaven, which let me see where he is. There you go. Heaven has Winter Court Knights, so your elite knights, which are really good. And we have Vine Lord Swain as Regent Spearguard. Let me just see where he is. There you go. Vine Lord Swain has the Regent Spearguard, which is I think your good unit, which is less good, but that's very good. And of course, the creme de la creme, as they say, Norway comes with the legendary unit for the Moraquendis or the Avaris, which is an amazing unit. So yeah, Dorwinion, your early game is everything. You want to expand and kill Rune as fast as possible because Rune will destroy you late game. You do not compete with Rune late game. You just don't. Early game is where you have the victory, where you can actually win. Late game, no. Late game you fall off hard. And with that, let's actually go and look at the units. Hello, and we're back with the unit overview. As you can see, I had to employ allies because there's just not enough space, and that's where the basic militia are, the vineyard units. But let's talk about the meat, basically, of the faction. The Thorn units, the Thorn Guard. They are, I think, halberdiers, might be pikemen. I don't know. 6 attack, 3 charge, effective against armor is amazing. These are halberdiers. That's awesome. Can form a speed wall, pretty good. That 6 attack with effective against armor is just beautiful. Total defense of 21. Now that's amazing. With 16 armor, 5 defense skill, and of course Azure shield. So 16 armor on a militia is downright amazing. You will find very little things that can compete against you, and you want to have as many of them as possible, because only the Noldor and the dwarves can compete, and not all dwarves. The Erebor dwarves can compete with you. Anyone else, just you're leaving them in the dust. Just very, very good unit. They have a cost of 2,705 and an upkeep of 1,260. Recruit them, get them whenever you can. They are a must-have. Next we have is the Dorwinion infantry. You can argue these are kind of the second tier, but I'm gonna mix them with the militia because why not? Let me just see where they are. Dorwinion infantry. Found them. So the Dorwinion infantry should kind of be here with their stats and everything, but they're not. They're here because you can recruit them immediately, but they're more like here. Dorwinion infantry, 12 attack, 3 charge, pretty good attack, can make a shield wall, pretty good, skill against mounts, of course, and total defense of 25 with 14 armor, 7 defense skill, and 4 shield. So we actually have less armor than the Thorn Guard, but more of a total defense. So what do? Well, basically these guys are going to be like your pikemen and use them as pikemen to hold a line where it's critical, and these guys are more like against cavalry and against conventional arms basically, and of course to protect you against arrows, because these guys will die from arrows. Yes, 16 armor, but hey, the elves can pierce you, the runes, elite archers can definitely pierce you, while with these guys, you know, the extra shield will provide more defense. And they have a cost of 2,840 and an upkeep of 1,295. And another major difference is attack. They have way more attack than these guys, double the attack. Yes, half armor, but still, no armor piercing, but still 12 attack is amazing. Next one is the Thorn Bladesman, 11 attack, awesome. Awesome attack. 3 charge and total defense of 22 with 14 armor, again very high armor, 3 defense skill and 5 shield. This is your shield unit if you want to have really good, like a sword and board basically. Very offensively good and defensively decent because of the shield. These are still more you know, great against direct attacks like from cavalry and all that. These will be perfect. But these can hold the line as equally as these guys. The only difference is these are effective against armor. So if you're facing against late game rune, these are really good. But these guys are just an all around great unit. And of course, 14 armor on a militia is downright insane. And you should definitely want as many of them as possible. Let me just find the Thorn Bladesman. There we go. They have a cost of 2,705 and an upkeep of 1,250. Next one. The Thorn Patrollers, a joke unit by many, but not in this mod. No. 4 melee attack, 12 missile attack on a horse archer basically. Effective against armor, 4 charge, of course, shit charge, and total defense of 18 with 14 armor, again almost the same armor as Thorn Bladesman, and 4 defense skill. These guys are now good actually, because 12 missile attack is not bad at all. Yes, 95 range, but still, for effective against armor, that's amazing. They have a cost of 2,795 and an upkeep of 1,310. So not bad upkeep. And finally, we have the foot version. Actually, no, we have also these guys, which I missed. Whoa, how did I miss you? Sorry. Thorn Riders, your cavalry for most of the game until you get to your elite, your legendary unit. You don't have good cav at all if you choose the Northman path up until the legendary unit. While as the elves you kind of have the Avari Naharim that will actually be kind of your only cav and a decent cav. So Thorn Riders, 9 attack, 5 charge, of course light cavalry, of course it's gonna have a higher charge, higher attack, charges shit, and total defense of 21 with 14 armor, again basically being the same. These all have the same armor. And 4 defense skill and 3 shield. So really decently armored unit for early game. The best of the best, I would argue. They have a cost of 2,785 and upkeep of 1,300. And this is where Rune, if you play as Rune, you're gonna have a hard time fighting Dorwinion up until the late game, because once you get the barracks event and once you start getting the Luke units or Loke units, you're gonna have a great time against Dorwinion. Dorwinion cannot compete with your late game. But early game, you're gonna suffer a lot. And next one is the Thorn Crossbowman. 4 attack, 4 missile attack, 4 melee attack, 10 missile attack. Awesome. 10 missile attack is awesome. And 2 charge. With total defense of 18. 14 armor for defense skill. So, a really good crossbow unit, if you ask me. I like it. It's a really good unit. Which, honestly, not a lot of I don't like crossbows, but as it's your only option, other than, of course, going with the Thalios Rangers, these are just, you have to have them. These or the Raging Bowguard. So, Thorn Crossbowman, 2,715 cost and 1,255 upkeep. Now we go to good units. This is where we're gonna see the gains being very minimal. So, Regent Axe Guard, 152 of them, same as your militia. 10 attack, 7 charge, that's okay. Effective against armor, pretty cool. Pretty cool. And these are going to be effective against Rune. But total defense of 25 with only 17 armor and 8 defense skill. That's only an increase of 3. That is horrible scaling. Your late game is plagued with very bad or very small gains for units. But the costs are much higher. So let me find them so we can talk about the cost. There we go. Regent Axe Guard. They have a cost of 2,980 and upkeep of 1,315. That's actually not bad. I don't know why. I mean, not bad. That is kind of the same cost for a little bit higher stats. You can argue, well, you know, it's the same cost. Yeah, but you get these quicker, and you have to wait more for these. I think they are a little bit more expensive. Either way, you get them, of course, but as a good unit, as a replacement, I kind of feel like you can make more of these, which will be still fine. Like 16 armor versus 17 armor is nothing. Only when you look at these guys, it's kind of like, oh, okay. So these are kind of actually more preferable because they're so effective against cavalry. While these guys are more just armor based. They're gonna kill Rune's units semi-effectively. Okay, Raging Bowguard, your best crossbow unit. 8 melee attack, 15 missile attack, and 3 charge, and total defense of 25 with 17 armor, 4 defense skill, and 4 shield. Of course, effective against armor. Very good crossbow unit. Very good crossbow unit. I like them. I like them. They have a cost of 2,965 and upkeep of 1,320. So kind of the same cost. Not kinda, it is the same cost basically. Regent Spear Guard, one of your generals starts with them, and they have 13 attack, 3 charge, and total defense of 30. That's pretty good. Pretty big defense, huh? Yeah. 17 armor, same as everyone else. 8 defense skill and 5 shield, so very good shield. These will withstand arrows from Rune to a semi-competent basis. They have a cost of 2,980 and an upkeep of 1,315. Pretty okay cost. Next is you would argue, your offensive unit, right? Well, yes, they are your offensive unit. 16 attack and 13 charge is amazing. These are amazing shock units. And total defense of 28 with 18 armor. So 1 extra armor is and defense skill of 10. So it's not bad. Not bad by any means. Get these to be your flank units because you don't have good cavalry. Get them to be flanking. They will massacre anyone they attack from behind. It's just that not a lot of armor. It really is not a lot of armor. So higher attacking units and armor piercing units will have a field day with these guys. Unlike with Rune, when you see Rune, oh, that armor is insane in the early game, in the late game. Well, in the early game, like I said, it's where Rune kind of falls. It just doesn't have good early game. Dorwinion armorsmen have a cost of 3,150 and upkeep of 1,370. So, you know, higher cost than these guys, but also higher damage than these guys. Thal Rangers I covered in Dale, just because they are in, I talked about it in Dale, but just because Dale becomes before Dorwinion, this is why they're so good. This is your best range unit if you go Northman, hands down. Get them. That's it. Get them. No debate. Get them. And then we come to your Winter Court Knights. Again, your leader starts with them. 21 attack. Oh, beautiful. 5 charge bonus and total defense of 33. 21 armor. 21 armor on an elite unit is horrible. Downright bad, because you get Wildman factions that will beat this armor. In fact, if I remember correctly, Dunland has an elite unit with 23 armor or 22 armor. So you're getting beaten by some Wildman factions, which, you know, sounds bad, but yeah, that's the point. Dorwinion doesn't scale well in terms of armor. Attack, they're amazing. I mean, 21 attack all of a sudden is just insanely good. But they're not that defensive. You have a problem with defense in the late game. In the early game, you're shy, you're aggressive in the early game. In the late game, it's where you fall off hard. Hard as it can, as they say. Let me find the cost of them. Hopefully I can find it quickly. Even though nothing is quick because Dorwinion has so many units. Oh, found it. Good. They have a cost of 3,325, which is okay cost, and 1,500 upkeep. That is perfectly fine. Perfectly fine cost. High Paladins. They rival your Winter Court Knights in the attack. 23 attack is awesome. 6 charge bonus, bad. A total defense of 33 with 21 armor. So same armor as the Winter Court Knights. That's pretty good for, you know, for bodyguard. Early game 21 armor is insane. It's the late game that has a problem. And 12 defense skill is not enough. Like if this unit gets armor pierced, it's dead. Your bodyguard has problems dealing with the in the late game. Just has problems. They have a cost of 3,125 and an upkeep of 1,270. And finally, we talk about your legendary unit. You might be saying, okay, well, you know, horrible armor late game. I mean, please, 21 armor is not horrible, but when you compare every other faction, actually it is, because Dorwinion, I think, per unit has the worst armor in the late game. Even Wildman with its elites will beat you. Like Karak God has 27 armor or something, or 25 armor or something like that. So you will be beaten by anyone in terms of armor in the late game. In the early game, you beat everyone else. It's that kind of trade-off. Even though 21 armor is not insane, it's not bad. Either way, Winter Court Knights, 20 attack because they are anti-infantry. Skill against mounts, awesome. With 20 attack, that's amazing. 9 charge bonus. Bad, but yeah, could be worse. And total defense of 36 with 23 armor, so this is your highest armored Northman unit. 8 defense skill and 5 shield. This is your best cav, your only best cav, and a very capable unit. Recruit them wherever you can. They have 8, they of course cost 8,000 and have an upkeep of 6,000. Then we come to the elves. The arguably better, I think better armored and better attack units, but also very, very small. As you can see, only 100. That is horrible. But, you know, the Avaris are not that big of a population. So, Avari warriors, 18 attack, 11 charge. Already amazing for militia. And 29 total defense with 20 armor. Ah, oh, that's amazing early game. And 9 defense skill. But only 100 units. That's where it's horrible. You should not have a hard time killing a lot of units with your Avari warriors, but the size is horrible. And of course, they have a cost of 5,050 and upkeep of 2,340. They're just, it's pain. They're great. They will dish pain, but they will also, every single loss will hurt you. Avari Spearman, 17 melee attack, 11 missile attack, 5 charge bonus, effective against armor, Great javelin unit. They look great. I love the shields. Total defense of 31 with 20 armor, so same as the Avari Warriors, 6 defense skill and 5 shield, and of course same as the Avari Warriors, only 100 of them. That's where they fall short. They have a cost of 5,050 and upkeep of 2,340. These are great units, they're just small, and of course take a long time to recruit, but also very, very small. Now, if you choose the elves, this is your best, well actually no, this is your best archer hands down, but this is like your best common archer hands down. Avari Shadows, 13 melee attack, 11 missile attack, that's just amazing, because these are equal to the Noldor, to Lindar Bowman in terms of missile attack, and 4 charge bonus with total defense of 19, 9 armor and 10 defense skill. Grab them, grab Avari Shadows as much as you can. Especially if you choose if you have Northmen and you can get them from Karasent, get them. Whenever you can, do it. They also have a cost of 4,300 and upkeep of 1,940. Now we're going to talk about your semi-good cav. Yeah, semi-good cav. Although 20 armor, that's not semi-good, that's actually pretty good. They're almost heavy cavalry. 11 melee attack, 9 missile attack, pretty good. 9 charge bonus and total defense of 27 with 20 armor and 7 defense skill. These are basically Avari spearmen with bows. Basically. Recruit them. They're going to be your only cav, so get them as much as you can. They have a cost of 5,125 and an upkeep of 2,390. You might be looking at all this and you're like, man, almost every unit costs 5,000. You don't get a lot of them. You get great stats, but good luck trying to maintain big armies. Good luck trying to protect your empire if you want to do that. Yeah, that's the point as the Avari. You don't actually, you don't seem like a great, vast empire. You can have very concentrated power, but spread out power, no. Basically, if you play Dorwinion and you go with the elves, you kind of want to just go and kill Mordor to end it. Because you cannot maintain a large empire, just you don't have the units. 100 units is not enough, not by a long shot. Next we come is the Marquendi Protectors. The unit I want to give to the Noldor so hard, it's unbelievable, but I don't want to do it because it looks so good, and Dorwinion deserves them. But I wanted, just because they look so good, I want to give them to Noldor. And this is basically where Gallo's bias comes in, because he loves Dorwinion as much as Dolomruf. Either way, 16 attack on a pike unit is insane. 6 charge bonus and total defense of 36 with 23 armor. So the Marquendi rival Wintercore Paladins in armor, pure armor, they just do. And total defense of 13. How much does the pleasure of having the Marquendis cost you? Marquendi Protectors, that is. Well, 6,200. That's insane. And upkeep of 2,900. They're a great pike unit, get them. But boy, the cost. And the legendary unit. Another unit I want to give to the Noldor because it looks so amazing. But this is the legendary unit of your Elven Dorwinion with 12 melee attack, 17 missile attack. Ho ho ho! So you out damage the Noldor Eternal Legion, but you don't. I mean, Noldor Eternal Legion has like 30 attack. These have 17. You're not gonna compete. But these are really good. 7 charge bonus with total defense of 36 with 25 armor, which is pretty good. But again, you get outperformed by the Noldor. Your closest competitor are the Woodland Realm, the legendary unit, but that unit has 23 missile attack, so oh boy, they almost nullify your whole armor. Oh boy. 7 defense skill and 4 shield. They're great. Get them, but just be careful if you want to fight your fellow elves. They will, they can prove to be troublesome. Of course, a cost of 8,000 and upkeep of 6,000. And then let's go look at your winter vineyard units. I cannot do. Alright, fine. Let's go. Okay, luckily I have the list here. So first we have is the vineyard levies. So these guys right here. They have a size of 153, as we can see. They have a damage of 7, charge of 2, and armor of 5. So weak armor. Weak armor. They will beat the Wildband, but very weak armor. They have a cost of 2,515 and upkeep of 1,185. And the Vineyard Bowman, of course, 132 size, a missile attack, which is horrible, 7 melee attack, which is okay, and armor of 6 and defense skill of 3, which is bad, but also, you know, against Wildman faction, that's pretty good. A cost of 2,500 and upkeep of 1,180. So, what can we say about Dorwinion? Well, a couple of things. One, early game. Early. Ignore this. Early game. These are your means of warfare. This right here. This line is your warfare. You want to be aggressive as fuck with Dorwinion early game. You just want to expand. You fight the Doratai Warriors of Rune and you laugh. You laugh because they have like 7 or 6 armor. You have 14 or 17. You're just laughing. But then you reach the good side units, and then you fight the low units from Rune, and Rune shits on your throat, basically in your throat, because you cannot compete with the low units. Your legendary is fine. It will do its job, not to the greatest extent, but it will do its job. And your Winter Court Knights are nicely aggressive, and so are your High Paladins. They will provide with the early aggression that you need. They're not, you know, it's not like it's exclusive early game, but if you go Northman, you want to be early game, and late game is like just picking up the corpses, basically, like a vulture, just eating the corpses with the late game. Early game is where you deal the damage. If you go with the elves, then you want to just basically have a small empire. Maybe just the territories of Rune, and that's it. Nothing else, because you can't compete. You don't have large armies. You, as the elves, you are very weak. Elves are concentration of power instead of spreading of power, like these guys, or the Noldor, or any other elves actually, but the Avari. My advice with the Avari, if you go with them, kill Rune, take all of Rune, and immediately go destroy Mordor. Either with the Ring, which I would advise you, because I will end all evil factions if I remember correctly. Maybe not. You cannot fight Mordor completely, because they just will outrun you. So good luck with that. Overwhelm you. But if you try to be precise, your army can definitely do it. So yeah, that's Dorwinion. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe, or comment. I greatly appreciate the support. Goodbye.